Have you ever wondered why some cancer survivors recover and live strong, healthy lives for 10 or even 20 years, while others face relapse only months after finishing treatment? On Live Healthy, every day we explore truth, not fear, and today's topic may completely change the way you look at healthy eating. Because the most terrifying thing about cancer is not the disease itself, it's when cancer comes back. And shockingly, many cases of recurrence are not caused by fate, o bachimbander, wan solar kibidukin nexeng, sigatsting, wan te or genetics. Instead, they may be fueled by everyday foods, including foods most people believe are safe or even beneficial. For more than a decade, health experts and patient communities around the world noticed an unusual pattern. Among thousands of cancer patients, those who relapsed almost always had something in common, and it wasn't age, treatment type, or even tumor stage. It was diet. For many years, medicine focused almost entirely on surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Food was considered personal preference, not part of treatment, but this mindset changed dramatically after a groundbreaking discovery from the Max Planck Institute in Germany. Researchers found that cancer cells consume glucose, the sugar produced from food, at a rate 20 times faster than normal cells. This means certain foods don't just nourish you, they also nourish the cancer cells trying to grow inside your body. And once this science became public, patient support groups, especially in Japan, began tracking the results of strict dietary programs. What they discovered was astonishing. By removing certain foods and supporting the body with healthier choices, their 10-year survival rate reached up to 95%, all without expensive medicine or alternative treatments. Just food, consistency, and lifestyle changes. So what do these cancer-fueling foods have in common? They all help cancer cells get exactly what they need to survive. Let's break down the 5 hidden food groups that can unknowingly support cancer growth, and why removing them may help the body heal more effectively. 1. Microplastics. The invisible trigger of inflammation. Microplastics come from unexpected sources: tea bags, plastic bottles, food containers, even the plastic wrap around your leftovers. What most people don't know is that when plastic is exposed to heat, like hot tea or microwaving food, it releases billions of microscopic particles. Once inside the body, microplastics create chronic inflammation, weaken blood vessels, and disturb cellular repair. Cancer thrives in inflamed environments because damaged tissue makes it easier for abnormal cells to spread. This means something as harmless as your daily cup of tea could be silently contributing to long-term inflammation. 2. Dairy products, fuel for cancer growth signals. Modern dairy production often involves cows producing milk during pregnancy, which increases hormone levels such as estrogen and IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor 1. IGF-1 is a natural growth hormone, helpful for children, but problematic for uncontrolled cancer cells. Cancer cells love IGF-1 because it tells them to divide faster. Studies show that regions with high dairy consumption often have higher rates of breast and prostate cancer. This doesn't mean everyone must quit dairy forever, but for people with cancer or a high recurrence risk, limiting it can reduce unnecessary growth signals. 3. Trans fats and reheated oils. A perfect storm for tumor growth. When oil is heated repeatedly or overheated beyond its smoke point, it forms artificial trans fats and dangerous compounds like benzoapyrene. These toxins disrupt cell membranes, reduce oxygen delivery, and create the low oxygen environments in which cancer cells thrive. Foods at greatest risk include deep-fried items, street food cooked in reused oil, fast food fried chicken, fries, donuts, and stir-fried dishes cooked in very high heat. Even small amounts eaten regularly can dramatically increase inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 conditions cancer feeds on. 4. Sugar and refined carbohydrates. The direct energy source for cancer sugar is not simply unhealthy. For cancer cells, sugar is fuel. Because they consume glucose at 20 times the rate of normal cells, eating high glycemic foods like white rice, white bread, pastries, soft drinks, fruit juices, and desserts directly powers rapid cancer growth. Studies consistently show that high blood sugar, insulin resistance, and diabetes increase cancer risk and worsen outcomes. Reducing sugar intake doesn't starve your healthy cells. For nearger and nerger endurers, they can use fat and protein too, but cancer cells are highly dependent on glucose, so lowering sugar can slow their progression. 5. Processed meats, a Class 1 carcinogen. The World Health Organization officially classifies processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, the same category as smoking. This includes ham, bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and cured meats. The issue isn't the meat itself, it's the nitrites and nitrates used in processing. Inside the stomach, they convert into nitrosamines, powerful carcinogens linked to colorectal, stomach, and pancreatic cancers. Even small daily portions can increase cancer risk significantly. So, what should you do? A practical life-saving plan. In Japan, a well-documented patient group called the Izumo program achieved a remarkable 95% long-term survival rate. Their method was shockingly simple. Remove the 5 harmful food groups, eat whole natural foods, practice a gentle 16-hour fasting window, do 30 minutes of light daily exercise, and maintain a positive, disciplined mindset. No expensive supplements, no complicated superfoods, just consistency. If eliminating everything at once feels overwhelming, try this gradual plan. Week 1, stop processed meats. Week 2, cut sugar and sweets. Week 3, avoid fried foods and reheated oils. Week 4, reduce dairy. Week 5, replace plastic containers with safer options. Within a few weeks, many people report clearer skin, better digestion, higher energy, and reduced inflammation. When looking deeper into the connection between diet, inflammation, and cancer recurrence, one surprising truth becomes clear. Cancer doesn't simply appear or return randomly. It develops silently in an environment that allows it to grow, and most people unknowingly create this environment every single day through their lifestyle and food choices. Cancer cells behave very differently from normal cells. They prefer low oxygen conditions, they thrive in chronic inflammation, and they feed on unstable blood sugar levels. This means that the real battle is not only about removing harmful foods, it's also about building a body chemistry where cancer cannot comfortably survive. To do that, we need to understand the 3 internal conditions that help cancer grow: inflammation, metabolic imbalance, and oxidative stress. Each of these conditions can be influenced dramatically by daily habits. Chronic inflammation, the silent fuel of tumors. Inflammation is not always painful or visible. Many people live with low-grade inflammation for years without knowing it. Common causes include high-sugar diets, processed foods, microplastics, lack of sleep, stress, and excess body fat. Inflammation damages cell DNA, weakens tissue structures, and signals the immune system to stay in a constant state of alert. Over time, this leads to immune exhaustion, meaning the body is less effective at detecting and destroying abnormal cells. Metabolic imbalance. How blood sugar affects cancer. The sugar feeds cancer idea is not a myth, it's a biological reality. Cancer cells are metabolically inefficient. They cannot generate energy effectively unless glucose is constantly available. This is known as the Warburg effect, a discovery that transformed modern cancer research. When blood sugar spikes frequently, cancer cells absorb the extra glucose faster. Insulin rises, which promotes cell growth. Inflammation increases. Fat storage increases, adding more hormonal imbalance. This confirms why diets high in refined carbohydrates often worsen cancer outcomes. Even foods that appear harmless, such as white rice, noodles, or fruit juices, can create sudden spikes in glucose. Keeping blood sugar steady through low glycemic foods and regular fasting cycles helps deprive cancer cells of their favored energy source. Oxidative stress, a hidden threat inside every cell. Oxidative stress comes from unstable molecules called free radicals. These molecules damage cell DNA and accelerate aging. High levels of oxidative stress come from fried foods, processed meats, smoking, stress, pollution, heated oils, artificial additives. When oxidative stress rises, the body becomes a more welcoming environment for cancer growth. This is why antioxidants play a crucial role in recovery, not in pill form, but through real foods that naturally support cellular repair. Building a body that resists cancer growth. Well, it's not just about removing harmful foods. That's only one side of the equation. The other side is, honestly, giving your body the tools it needs to fight back. Here are some of the most powerful categories. First, fiber-rich whole foods. Fiber acts like a broom inside the digestive system, cleaning out toxins and supporting gut bacteria. A healthy gut microbiome boosts immunity and reduces inflammation. Next up, cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, cabbage, kale, bok choy, and cauliflower contain sulforaphane. That's a natural compound known to inhibit cancer cell growth and enhance detoxification enzymes. These vegetables don't just prevent cancer, they actually help the body eliminate harmful metabolites. Moving on, healthy fats. Healthy fats reduce inflammation and support cell membrane repair. These include avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and omega-3 rich fish. Replacing frying oils with anti-inflammatory fats, honestly, that can drastically improve metabolic health. So, let's talk about fermented foods. Gut health is honestly one of the strongest predictors of immune strength. Fermented foods supply beneficial bacteria that help regulate inflammation and detoxification. For example, things like kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, and kefir, especially non-dairy kefir if you're avoiding dairy, are all great options. Now moving on to herbal and natural anti-inflammatories. Some natural compounds have shown strong anti-cancer potential. Think turmeric or curcumin, green tea, garlic, ginger, and medicinal mushrooms like reishi, lion's mane, and shiitake. It's important to remember, these do not replace medical treatment, but they can really help support the body's defense systems. Lifestyle habits that strengthen the body are, honestly, just as crucial. Cancer survivors who beat recurrence don't only change their diet, they adjust their entire lifestyle. Daily movement is, honestly, one of the simplest ways to support your health. The body becomes more oxygenated, inflammation decreases, and insulin sensitivity improves with even light exercise. Even just walking for 30 minutes a day creates real, measurable improvements. Now let's talk about consistent sleep. Poor sleep increases cortisol, inflammation, and, blood sugar imbalances. Getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night dramatically strengthens your immune function. And, of course, stress reduction is key. Long-term stress weakens the immune system even faster than a poor diet. Breathing exercises, meditation, or simply spending time in nature can really help restore your balance. Intermittent fasting is another powerful tool. Fasting does not weaken the body. It actually strengthens cellular repair. A simple 16/8 cycle helps stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and activate autophagy, which is like your body's own cellular cleanup. Now, turning knowledge into action can be tough. Many people understand what they should do but feel overwhelmed by the idea of change. The truth is, small, steady steps are far more sustainable, and honestly, far more powerful than drastic changes. Try making one improvement each week. Maybe swap white rice for brown, replace fried foods with steamed or baked options, reduce dairy, use glass instead of plastic, add one extra vegetable per meal, or just walk 20 to 30 minutes daily. Small decisions over time really do compound into powerful results. Cancer may be complex, but creating a body that supports healing is honestly completely within your control. When you remove what nourishes cancer and introduce what strengthens your cells, you shift the internal environment in your favor. Your body is always trying to heal. Sofiestanchu, dear tra jubu a dosen son jur, ben en chur stan, un mom fans.
When you look at long-term recovery cases, there's one pattern that stands out again and again. They didn't just change what they ate, they changed the environment their body lived in. The truth is simple. No matter how clean your diet is, your body cannot heal in a space that constantly creates toxins, stress, and biological disruption. These invisible factors can be just as powerful as food itself. One of the most overlooked forces is the body's internal biological clock. This clock regulates immunity, hormones, cellular repair, and inflammation. When it's disrupted, through late-night eating, irregular sleep, excess screen time, chronic stress, or lack of natural light, the immune system weakens, hormones fall out of balance, and the body loses its ability to repair damaged cells. This internal chaos creates the perfect environment for abnormal or cancerous cells to grow or return. Another powerful but rarely discussed connection is the relationship between the biological clock, the immune system, and liver health. The liver is the body's primary detox organ. When it becomes sluggish, toxins from food, air, medication, and household products accumulate for longer periods. These toxins fuel inflammation, oxidative stress, and cellular mutation. The liver performs its strongest detox and repair work from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. This is why people who regularly stay up late, eat late-night meals, or sleep poorly often struggle with inflammation, fatigue, hormonal imbalance, and weakened immunity. Simply restoring proper sleep timing for 30 days can lower inflammation, balance blood sugar, and improve immune function dramatically. Environmental toxins are another major yet silent threat. Chemicals like formaldehyde from new furniture, benzene from vehicle fumes, synthetic fragrances, cosmetics, and harsh cleaning products can interfere with cellular function. Even at low doses, daily exposure can trigger chronic inflammation, hormonal disruption, and increase detox burden on the liver. Most people have no idea they're exposed to hundreds of chemicals every day without any form of cleansing or recovery. Small lifestyle adjustments can dramatically lower toxin absorption. Ventilate your home for at least 30 minutes daily. Use stainless steel, ceramic, or cast iron instead of cheap non-stick cookware. Avoid scented candles and synthetic air fresheners. Minimize plastic usage in the kitchen, and choose simpler, natural ingredient cosmetics. These small changes significantly strengthen the immune system, the body's frontline defense against cancer cell growth. Another pillar of long-term recovery is the lymphatic system. Think of it as the body's drainage network. Unlike the cardiovascular system, it doesn't have a pump. It only moves when you move. This is why people who sit too much, lie down frequently after treatment, or avoid physical activity often experience inflammation and toxin buildup. The most effective activities for the lymphatic system include brisk walking for about 30 minutes a day, rebounding on a mini trampoline, stretching and yoga lymphatic massage, and, of course, deep breathing. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can significantly improve lymphatic flow, helping the body detox faster and lowering the risk of recurrence. Ultimately, nutrition, environment, movement, sleep, and emotional balance form the 5 pillars of an internal ecosystem that protects your body. Ignore one, and the whole system weakens. You can eat perfectly but remain inflamed if you're constantly under stress. You can sleep well, but poor nutrition can still drive disease. All 5 pillars work together. Mental health is also deeply connected. Chronic stress dramatically raises cortisol, spikes blood sugar, increases inflammation, and weakens immunity. Research consistently shows that cancer patients with supportive relationships, a positive outlook, or daily mindfulness practices recover better, not because positive thinking cures disease, but because emotional balance directly strengthens the immune system. Finally, maintaining a healthy weight is essential. Fat cells are biologically active. They produce inflammatory cytokines and hormones that create an ideal environment for cancer cell survival. Losing just 5 to 10% of body weight can significantly reduce inflammation and boost recovery. When all these factors work together, the body transitions from merely surviving to actively self-healing. And when your internal environment becomes strong and balanced, it can prevent cancer cell growth more effectively than any expensive treatment. Long-term cancer survivors all share one thing. They don't just fight disease. They rebuild a healthy ecosystem around their body, an environment where every cell gets proper nutrients, minimal toxins, and balanced rhythms. This is the foundation for preventing recurrence. One area researchers are now paying close attention to is hormonal imbalance, especially involving insulin, estrogen, and cortisol. These three hormones have a direct impact on cancer cell activity. High insulin levels come from eating too many refined carbs and sugars. High cortisol comes from stress, lack of sleep, or constant anxiety. High estrogen results from exposure to plastics, chemicals, processed foods, and unhealthy fats. When all three rise together, they create the perfect map for cancer to grow. Controlling these hormones through food and lifestyle changes not only reduces cancer risk, but also extends lifespan. High-fiber foods, low-sugar intake, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, nuts, and seeds all help balance estrogen. Sleeping at consistent hours keeps cortisol stable. Reducing refined carbs or trying intermittent fasting helps regulate insulin. Another crucial factor is oxygenation, ensuring your cells get enough oxygen. Cancer thrives in low-oxygen environments. That means habits like sitting for long periods, shallow breathing, lack of exercise, or living in polluted air may increase the chances of recurrence. So, to boost oxygen levels naturally, you can practice deep breathing for about 10 minutes a day. Try walking briskly, or doing some light exercise, and, spend time outdoors in fresh air, especially in the morning. These simple habits actually make your cells stronger and more resilient to mutation. The gut microbiome is, honestly, another powerful player in recovery. Around 70% of the immune system is actually in the gut. Trillions of beneficial bacteria help defend against viruses, reduce inflammation, break down toxins, and keep your hormones balanced. Unfortunately, antibiotics, processed foods, sugary drinks, and low-fiber diets can really destroy this microbial balance. To rebuild your gut ecosystem, focus on things like raw vegetables, low-sugar fruits, fermented foods, whole grains and oats, beans and legumes, as well as chia seeds and flax seeds. A strong microbiome, reinforces a strong immune system, one that's always ready to defend the body against abnormal cell growth. Detoxification is also essential, and, the body does this naturally through the liver, kidneys, lymphatic system, and skin. Instead of extreme detox cleanses, the most effective methods are surprisingly simple. Drink enough water, eat antioxidant-rich foods, move your body daily, sleep during optimal detox hours, and sweat through exercise or sauna. These habits really help the body eliminate toxins before they accumulate and cause any damage. Psychological health and social connection also play powerful roles. Studies show that people who feel isolated or chronically stressed actually have higher recurrence rates. Those with supportive families, meaningful friendships, or strong communities tend to adopt healthier habits and experience better treatment outcomes. Healthy habits don't have to be implemented all at once. Just introduce one new habit each week. After about 3 months, the body changes noticeably. And after 1 year, the transformation is, honestly, profound. And if you find this kind of information helpful, if you want to keep learning how to protect your health, support your recovery, and reduce the risk of cancer returning, then feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, and follow Live Healthy every day. This channel is here to guide you, support you, and help you live stronger, longer, and healthier every single day.